If you've ever been ghosted, I need you to hear this. The hardest part probably wasn't that they left. It was that they never gave your nervous system an ending. We often think ghosting is simply someone disappearing, but psychologically it's much deeper than that. Because the human brain isn't designed to process uncertainty. It's designed to search for answers. And when no answers exist, we create them. If you've been overthinking a ghosting experience for months or even years, this might explain why. For almost 2 years, I waited, not because I couldn't let go, but because there was nothing to let go of. There was no conversation, no goodbye, no explanation, just silence. And silence became a place where hope could survive. Spiritually, I believe healing begins when we stop confusing uncertainty with possibility. Because those are not the same thing. There's actually a psychological term for this. It's called ambiguous loss. It's a type of grief where the person is psychologically present, but physically absent. Your brain doesn't know whether to mourn or to wait, so it keeps searching. Maybe they are overwhelmed, maybe they are healing, maybe they are scared, maybe they'll come back. This isn't weakness, it's how the nervous system tries to complete an unfinished story. And if you have childhood trauma, attachment wounds, or complex PTSD, ghosting can reactivate much older fears of abandonment and emotional neglect. Everyone talks about closure, but I've realized something. The thing that kept me stuck wasn't the lack of closure. It was the meaning I kept giving the silence. I wasn't grieving reality. I was grieving the future I kept imagining. Then, one day, I saw him with another woman. And in that moment, everything collapsed. Not because another woman existed, but because every story I'd been telling myself died. I realized I spent 2 years believing maybe he's working on himself. Maybe he's just not ready for a relationship. When the reality was much simpler. He was ready, just not with me. And that truth broke my heart, but it also set me free. The deepest wound wasn't that he disappeared. It was that I slowly abandoned myself while waiting for him to return. I kept investing in who I hoped he would become, instead of listening to who he was showing me he was. That realization changed everything, because healing wasn't about understanding him anymore. It became about finally understanding myself. So if you've been ghosted, ask yourself this gently. Am I grieving who they really were? Or am I grieving the future I hope they would become? And sometimes that single question opens the door to healing.